So this is Sergio with Fighter Path MMA. I am back with another edition of the Quarantinecast. I'm really excited for this one. I'm speaking with Albert Tadevosyan. How are you doing?
Doing good, Sergio. Doing good. How about yourself?
Not too bad, man. First things first, I'm up in Canada. So right now the world up here is crazy. 1 minute we're on lockdown, the next we're open. I know you're down there in Washington. What's it like there? Is it a little bit more open, and has it been open for the past little while?
Things just opened up. So the trainings are open. We're able to train. We get a lot more guys in the gym now. Before it was just a small, tight crew that we were just kind of training while the gyms were closed. But now, things are open. If you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. So it's starting to get a lot better now.
So you're 9 days out. We'll talk a little about the layoff afterwards, but 9 days out, how are you feeling 9 days out from a fight?
This week was a little stressful, man. I got a little sick. I had a fever, but right before that, I was in the best shape of my life. So, you know, I'm going to recover here in a day or two, and then, get a couple good trainings in. But we did a very hard rounds. Each round was a new person. We tested my cardio. We did 5 minutes each round. My guys were pushing me, and I felt amazing. Even the fifth round, I kept pushing, and my cardio was amazing. And so sorry, my daughter here. every time I talk to somebody, she wants to join. So my cardio felt amazing, and I was pretty much well prepared, and so I got a little sick, but it's not a big deal. I've gone through this before, and um, after I get better today or tomorrow, I'm back at it. 2-3 days of training, and then my fight week starts with just simply planning the game plan and the weight cut. So it's just going to be just like before. 5 years before, when I had so many fights, so many weight cuts. It's going to be the same process. I think I mastered the weight cutting process. It's really, it's super easy for me to cut weight. Yes, my body might not be used to it because it's been 5 years, but I've really, I've really got the hang of it. And then per day, per hour, how much weight I should be, and what I eat, what I drink is, I think I perfected that system.
I know this fight kind of came together kind of last minute. You can say that, you didn't have 2 months to prepare for one guy. It was just kind of all put together pretty quickly. Do you tend to like create a training camp around his style, or is that something that you don't really worry about until fight week?
Certain people I do. With this specific guy, watching his videos, and I know where he's coming from. He's a very well-rounded. He's good at everything. There's definitely certain things that we're preparing for this guy, certain specific things that we are getting ready for this guy. But overall, I feel like I'm the type of fighter that I can adapt to any style, because I train at different gyms, and there's so many different style of guys that I fight with, and I change my style to beat their style. So even during a fight, even if say my style is not working against him, I will change it up and use something else for him. So I can easily adapt and take a couple punches and then adapt that and change it up and prepare for a different style of fighter.
Given the layoff, were you surprised that there was a title shot right away? Like, here you go, you got 5 rounds. You're fighting for a title, or was that something you were open to regardless?
5 rounds was definitely difficult. So what happened was, I it was so originally it was Adam Fugit, right? He's the number one ranked middleweight in Pacific Northwest. His opponent fell off 3 weeks out. They called my buddy. He was too light for the fight. He called me. We made an offer to this guy. I said, look, I'll fill in, but I want to do 3 round fight. And I was already in good shape, but I was like, I want to do 3 rounds because I didn't think I was ready for 5 rounds, and I want to do 175. And so they made a counter offer saying, we'll do 175, but we'll do 5 rounds. And I told them, give me 2 days. Let me test my cardio and get back to you. So I tested my cardio. I said, okay, I can definitely be ready for 5 rounds. We got back to them, and he backs out of it. He just backs out of it. And so we're like, all right. And then they kept me on the main event. And I even told, and they tried to find me an opponent. They found me a few opponents. They kind of fell off. And Tony Murphy, he's the man. He took the fight. And and then I was telling my manager that, look, my training has been going so well, my diet has been going so well, I've been losing weight so fast that actually I was thinking to even let's do 170 and title fight, and he agreed, and my weight was coming up fast, so we just decided to do 170 5 rounds because I unexpectedly I was losing a lot weight a lot faster than I thought, and so it was a blessing, and we just decided to do 5 rounds. And especially after my testing my cardio again, um, I felt like 5 rounds wouldn't be a problem at all.
5 years is a very long time to step away from a sport, especially one like mixed martial arts. It's not very often guys do it. Dominic Cruz has done it and come back successfully. George St. Pierre, like these are the big name guys that have done it. What's the biggest difference you find now at 29 than when you did when you were 24, 23, and 22, last few times you were in the cage?
I think I'm mentally a lot stronger now, and I have no doubts in myself. Back then, I would doubt myself a lot. Even though I would go in and win fights, I don't think I was mentally strong. I would doubt myself a lot, and everything I felt like it was meant to be, or one thing would go wrong, I would just kind of just keep being super hard on myself. But now I'm realizing that everything is a mindset, and I have control over my mindset. So like this week, right? I'm sick, So what, right? Back then, this would probably get on my way of thinking, oh, I don't deserve to win this and that. But now I'm like, I'm sick, big deal. I'll get better. I'm in best shape of my life. My technique is really good, and it's good enough to win a fight. So I feel that my mind is a lot stronger. I feel that um, you know, but also when I left 5 years ago, um, I became a business owner of one of the hardest businesses in America as a State Farm agent. That taught me a lot of lessons that actually strengthened my mind. I believe there is a lot of challenges there that you just everything is just brains there, right? Everything is about the mindset there, and so that really made me mentally a lot stronger person, and so that has helped me become mentally a lot stronger, and that's all I was lacking. I feel like I think that physically I was always there, my technique was always there, but um, mentally I'm a lot stronger. Plus I want to add that I did change my team because of I had to relocate. So I am training with one of the best in the world, Nate Orchard, at 10th Planet. He's an absolutely amazing coach. His technique is amazing, and that really got my ground game to a whole another level. I competed a few times and jiu-jitsu, and I had no problem beating a lot of heavyweights, me being 40 pounds lighter. So, and then I also changed to a very traditional Muay Thai gym, Warrior Strength with my coach Belton. So I mixed it up MMA with Muay Thai traditional, and so is MMA with traditional, right? BJJ. And so I feel that my style has changed a lot. And so I'm feeling a lot different now. And I just want to test it out, I'm very confident in my skills, but I love the fact that I get to test this out, because in the gym, I'm feeling amazing. When I'm sparring, I'm feeling amazing. So the fact that I get to test my skills is just what really gets me going. That's the biggest motivation for me.
the one thing for me is you took some time off. You're successful. You're very successful. Why now? Why come back? I mean, you've had a life outside of MMA. What is drawing you back to the sport?
It's just the love of martial arts, love of martial arts. There's a couple of reasons, I left to take care of my family. We bought a house. We're doing well, and I'm 29. I'm hitting my peak age, and first, I don't want to live a regret of saying, man, my best years of my life, I didn't give it all I got. Second is just the love of the sport. If I go out there, win, lose, if I just give it all I got, if I feel like, look, my skill wasn't good enough, but I did give it all I got, and I just enjoyed this 5 rounds, and that's all what it's about. It's really, I'm not fighting, for the money. I'm not fighting for the glory. I'm just doing it myself. If anything, I hate people coming. I even thought about not telling anyone, just going out there and just fighting, just to enjoy the sport, but there's so many people I have that just want to just come watch, and we're probably just going to flood the place because it's a lot of Armenians that they want to come. And I'm happy to have them. They give me a lot of fire, but end of the day, I love this sport. I love competing, and honestly, my entire life, I've never been in peace. In Armenia growing up, it's been fights all the time. It's always been a struggle, either money struggle, something. So lately, when we got comfortable with things, I didn't like it, and I wasn't used to it. Fighting, challenges me. It gives me the goosebumps. It gives me the nerves. That also makes me enjoy the peaceful times. Right? If I have a fight coming up, um, it disciplines me to eat the right food, to not drink, to train all the time, and then when I don't have a fight coming up, I really enjoy just the fact that just drinking simple water, right? Because when we cut away, we can't even drink water. So it makes me enjoy the simple things in life. And it also makes my regular, running a business become piece of cake,
Yeah.
because fighting is so hard compared to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to ask about the last time we saw you was the only professional loss you have on your record to Ben Fodor. Had things gone differently in that fight, do you think that would have changed the course of your MMA career? Do you think that loss could have been the reason why you took some time off, or do you think that had nothing to do with it?
Well, it did and it did not. So right before that fight is when I decided to become a State Farm agent. And so I signed up with management company. I can't remember the name, from Florida, and they said that they spoke with Joe Silva, and if I win one or two more fights, because Joe Silva said they want to see me win one or two more fights against tough opponents, and they'll give me a shot at UFC. So I took the fight against Ben, and he was definitely a tough guy coming out of World Series of fighting. I thought that was a good matchup. He's definitely, can't sleep on him. But I told my wife, if I win this fight, and I probably have one more win, and I get a crack at UFC. If I don't, I'm gonna become a State Farm agent and then go back to fighting. Um, Unfortunately, I lost that fight, and so I just did it as planned. I went back to open a State Farm agency. The only thing that wasn't planned is right before that. I have 3 franchise stores. Each store, I only took a month off. I bought the store, took a month off, back to training. I thought State Farm would be the same way, but it took 5 years of my life. Um, so after 5 years, the team was settled. We're comfortable. Like, the business is running very well. I have a great team in there. So that's why it's the right time now to go back to fighting. But Ben's fight, honestly, no excuses. He was the man, but I was winning the entire every second of that fight up until I got caught in the Kimura. And I don't want to say I got caught. I say he had great skills. He caught my arm, and he took advantage of it, and he won the fight. Um, but I was winning every second of that fight, so I didn't get outclassed. I didn't get outskilled. It was just purely put my hands on the floor when I was on top, which my coach has been telling me for years: never put your hands on the floor. So he capitalized on it, and he got the finish. And right after that, I still have the video. His ribs were broken, and he was on the ground. He could barely get up. So he even told me I broke his ribs. So even if I let him break my arm, he wouldn't be able to continue that fight, and I would have gotten the win. But I just wanted to be smarter about it and tap, and so I can fight later.
So here we are. You're back 5 years later. I'm sure you're excited. But one thing that I wanted to ask. I'm Spanish, and any chance I get to represent Spain, I do it with a lot of pride. You're Armenian. What does it mean to you to represent Armenia?
Man, it means a lot. It means a lot. Actually, it's one of the reasons why I really want to, raise that flag one day in the bigger leagues. I love the support. I love how many people has been supporting me. Um, it means a lot, honestly. That's one of the biggest reasons why I fight is also for my people. Of course, it's a selfish reason. I love the sport, but that right there, it's huge. It's huge. I and what I love about Armenians is, as soon as they see an Armenian, because we're such a small country, as soon as they see an Armenian athlete or Armenian person be successful, everybody just kind of jumps on board and supports that person, and um, it's an amazing feeling.
And then we'll end on this note. Is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors and or social media you'd like to plug before we end it?
Yeah, a lot of people I want to thank. I want to thank my coach, Belton Lubas, from Warrior Strength Martial Arts. I want to thank Nate Orchard and 10th Planet Seattle. Um, there's a lot more people I just gonna forget probably, but I want to thank all my teammates. I have a lot of good teammates that have been helping me with this fight. Um, Arslan, Henry, Carlos. Um, you know, Quick shout out to Carlos. He has a great fight coming up. He's on his way to big leagues. I'm happy for him. Um, I want to thank Downtown Banya that have been sponsoring me for many years. Pearson Chiropractic, Northwest Cryotherapy. Um, that's all I can remember right now. So, thank you all for supporting me all these years.